This is insane. Apparently, days before Clasico is set to happen this Saturday, Tchouameni and Valverde got into a fight that led to Valverde having to go to the hospital. So, according to this report from ESPN, Valverde had to be taken to the hospital because he got in a fight with Tchouameni. And apparently, the fight broke out during Thursday, but they also had a little bit of an altercation the training session before on Wednesday as well. So apparently this started off just on the pitch. It started off with Valverde kicking Tchouameni, insults being traded to each other. But then after training, they were in the changing room and Tchouameni was in the changing room and Valverde entered looking very angry, very tense, and that's when the fight broke out. And I think the craziest part, if you read this, is that the tension between them started when Xabi Alonso was still at the club, which means this is something that's built up over a while. And honestly, it looks to a point where if they've been really, if there's been tension going on for this long, it might get to a point where there's, no going back for their relationship, which is crazy because they're both key players at the club. And here's the problem with things like this breaking. Once one thing gets out, everything gets out. And all the tension that's been going on in that Real Madrid dressing room has come out. Rudiger having issues with a couple teammates, including Alvaro Carreras. Arbeloa has had issues with Dani Ceballos, who doesn't get much minutes. And also goes back to the Xabi Alonso period this season, where apparently when he got sacked, that there was a lot of friction towards obviously Vinicius Jr. We knew there was friction between Xabi Alonso and Vinicius Jr. and probably Jude Bellingham as well, because Bellingham was dropped a couple times. We saw what Vinicius did at the last El Clasico, berating Xabi Alonso as he came out. The one that does surprise me is Valverde. That's not something that was reported at the time, and it's not like Valverde, wasn't getting on a pitch. He was a routine first 11 player for Xabi Alonso, so that one is a little bit surprising. Obviously, Mbappe having issues with a member of Arbeloa staff is not surprising. Mbappe is a difficult character. We've known this for a while now. Hearing all this news just makes me appreciate more the job that Carlo Ancelotti had to do, because there was all these big egos were there when Carlo Ancelotti was there, and he kept them in check for the majority of his reign. He kept them all in check. We weren't hearing reports like this. It seemed like everybody loved him. Everybody wanted to give their all for him. And that's what Carlo Ancelotti is. He's a definition of a man manager. He's a great winner. And yeah, now Real Madrid, they need somebody like that. Zinedine Zidane is another good example. He's not going to be available. He's going to take that French job after Deschamps. So I'm really interested to see which direction Real Madrid go, because they need a manager in there with a strong personality.